there's something around here somewhere on what was talked about before.
And let's talk about a community center, or a joint community center, senior center, all those sorts of ideas should probably be collected somewhere centralized so that you can sift through it, dust it up once in a while, and see where we're going with it. To date, Tom, you know better than I do because you were taking most of the notes of the home stuff. But you know, a lot of it's just in the form of notes.
No, it's also on my computer.
I'm sure it's also there, but it's just a collection of notes. You know,
It wasn't before that was before, but it was more of you know, so many years ago, Joe. Right now, it'd be basically you'd be doing it on a laptop on screen. But that's pretty much what came out of it. But as you were correct, it was pretty much focused on the schools and then coming out from there because everything was tied together.
Could you pull out all the information?
just for chuckles, you know, and see how we did.
See how we
We've done
did.
some things.
See where we want to, see where we want to go from that, and resurrecting it. And it was also what the composition was, the chairs, vice chairs of several committees. So if you could pull out that information, and maybe we could take a look at it and decide which way to go on a future agenda. I know it's getting a little late, but let's see how we can do maybe in the next 15 minutes or so getting through these, because some of them department head program reservation lists, I think we talked about that 2 weeks ago as part of budget, inventory, we beat that to death a little while ago. I'm just going to go down and see what we can take out, and do we agree that we can take out increased commercial tax base, or do we want to talk about that separate from the JT Berry and what we just talked about?
I think all the other stuff is going to address that.
I think
that's
so.
why everybody prioritizes
Yeah,
very low.
I think so, but I just didn't want to announce that we weren't going to talk about it. So, okay.
I think we talk about it along with all the other things.
Yeah, I think so
I
too.
think it's been
Okay,
addressed.
just checking. Okay, so what we have left are 3. Develop definitive analysis of enhanced ambulance service is one of the remaining 3, and this was from Mr. Callaghan. And I guess just the question here is, do we want to go forward with that analysis at this time? You know, Kevin did present what.
No, I mean, it's something. It's something that I am still very interested and would like to have done. But with what we've already prioritized, to me, this is something that has to be put off to another date. You know, I just don't think with some of the things that are going on that we've already talked about here, that frankly we're going to have the time to do this with. And it's probably part of a smaller part of a larger issue, and that we should take it up at that point. And at this point, I just don't see the feasibility of doing this with the full attention I think that it'll deserve. So I at this point would be willing to just say, you know, I would hope that we'd all could agree to maybe we could visit this in the future, at a future time, not way off, but certainly not, I'd say during this fiscal year.
My guess is that this will be discussed in some detail as the fire chief brings forth his budget proposal again, his annual plea for, you know, more men, rationale for it, and all that. And in the past few years, we've opted not to do that. But if there's ever going to be a move to substantially increase the size of the fire department or manpower, that's when you look at it.
The only thing is though, Steve, is I really don't want to discuss it in that venue. Do you know what I mean? When we get down to it's budget time and now we're starting to look at that department budget and that, I think.
Well, it needs a separate, that's okay.
Exactly.
A separate look at it.
You know, I think it
look
needs
forward to the discussion.
Yeah, no, exactly. I think it needs to be looked at first before that other discussion, so that we know, is that a component we won't even be discussing when we start talking about budgets and everything else. So I wouldn't want to look at it during budget season either. I'm just saying, right now with all we have on our plate right here, I'm willing to.
I agree. It's for another day.
Yeah.
But you can just inform the chief that probably would save the pitch for a while.
Yeah.
Can I extrapolate that the definitive analysis of the civilian dispatch plan might, does that go with that, or in the same, in the same bucket?
No, say a bucket, because that's a few people, for sure.
Yeah.
But,
This one also, doesn't it also, that one fall into contract negotiations?
I would hope not.
not necessarily. I don't think there's anything that precludes the town administrator or the budgetarily funding civilian dispatchers.
Do we want to address that?
Did you have a cost analysis of that previously? It's been a few years.
I can tell you in briefly 30 seconds. It depends on whether you centralize dispatch or you have separate dispatches for both police and fire. I've, in a previous community, run a centralized dispatch, and you can run that with one or two individuals depending upon how busy the situation is. I know Joe and Reading, they have civilian dispatch for just police. They have civilian dispatch for police.
No, central dispatch.
Central dispatch.
And they have 8 of them, because they do it 24 hours a day.
Right, but if you're saying, you would have to at least have, if you're just running one every 8 hours, you would need at least 3 full-timers, 3 part-timers to cover you. But I have had occasion where you've known it's gonna be a busy night, let's say it's the 4th of July or something, and I've had to do it 2 dispatchers running that evening, because you knew you were gonna be getting more calls in that night. But it was also physically set up in a situation where it worked out well. We're here, it'd be questionable if you went to centralized dispatch, we would stick it to the police department. And generally, I think, Mr. Bino, if centralized dispatch, usually it would be in the police department.
When they did Reading, they put it into the police department when they were, well, actually, it went into the old police department, as it was, as the old building. And then when they did the new police department, they incorporated it, just kept it in there. But they did go to civilian dispatches, the same, for police and fire at the police department. And they did do that in the old building also. And if I may, Madam Chair.
Please.
The only reason it was kept at the police department was that the police department was open, for walk-in service 24 hours a day.
Mr. O'Sara, did you want, Bob, did you want to talk?
Just to say that if you're going down a path of combining them, and we're in the path of doing a renovation to the police department, and it's not clear to me that in the current plan, that central dispatch is being designed into the facility.
I've been asking for it since day one, that at least it be set up so that you could do it. And I've been told that it's being factored in. I haven't gotten into the details, I just think the people at their work. I would be surprised at what you're saying.
Well, I don't know one way or the other. Don't misread.
I've been asking all along from day one, from the get-go, to ensure that what's ever being designed there, to give the town the capability of moving to that type of a system if we so choose. If we don't, fine. If we choose to do it down the road, we don't want to be retrofitting something into a new structure that we should have been designing.
Well, not to let the building or the planned building run decisions, but Mr. Vino, you're liaison to the police station
Myself and
with Bob for
Bob was
technology. Maybe can we get a definitive, or do you know the definitive answer? Or if not,
No, I don't.
Could you get the definitive answer to whether there's a capability for combined dispatch planned into that building? Yep.
Yes, and I know it's not a simple thing to do, but as I said, I know in Reading, they did do it with the old building, so there was not a major reconstruction project to combine the two. Not definitely advocating for that, I'm just saying it could be done.
Technologically, we should.
But I do remember Mr. O'Leary stating that let's set it up for both at the time. I'll check.
And Mr. Murphy, when he was liaison, was saying that, you know, we talked about it, I didn't get the real warm fuzzy feeling, but at least it was being discussed, and we were asking that it still be incorporated as part of it, because we should have to try and retrofit something into the new structure now.
Well, would that be a first step in this goal? Like I said, you don't want to let the building run the decision, but.
No, it shouldn't be right.
Yeah.
And I thought when we put forth the initial plan, that was to be incorporated into it. Now, money's tight, so things get cut. And, you know, if this is one of the areas that gets cut, then it's going to come back and bite us later on if we decide to go that way. People get unfortunate. They don't know exactly all the nuances associated with it, but certainly we want to put any roadblocks in the way of implementing it if we chose to do so. But vacation was really good for you.
95 degrees, that day.
But again, then as far as the cost associated with it, when you're talking a half a dozen people, you know, at a minimum, obviously there'll be some sort of cost savings associated with less callback of firefighters, because you have someone dispatching. And, you know, you have an extra police officer on the road potentially, and those sorts of things. All of that detail would have to be worked out. Now, is it something that's going to be worked into the next budgetary season? Probably not. So probably falls where it is. But it's still something I think we should be looking at, talking about.
Okay, well, why don't we get the answer to that
Right,
question, and then,
right.
you know, look about it for the, probably more in FYO 7? Okay, lastly, restart sidewalk committee.
That was mine.
Sidewalks are great.
Yeah.
We need more sidewalks.
And this goal, go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. Yes, I was the one to put that on. At the time that and it is at the bottom of the list, and probably rightfully so. At the time that I had asked to put that on, I was hoping we could somehow get a dedicated amount of money towards that every year, say from Salt Town or whatever. It just doesn't seem like right now, I think that's a high priority, which I kind of wish it was, but, so maybe this is something we have to look at. Not, shopping down the road until we can dedicate some money to it. I certainly wouldn't want the committee going out and reactivating and nothing will happen.
Well, why don't we keep that in mind for the budget cycle and see,
That's fine.
see how we go. And I think obviously it's an important goal.
Yep.
If we can do that,
I have one question, and I've asked this before, but right now, we do have a sidewalk fund, right? That when a developer puts in a development, he contributes money. And I believe, what is the CPC, and do they take care of that? Or
Yes.
shepherd that fund? How much money is in there, and is it being used for sidewalks?
It has been used for sidewalks, I'll get you a number of how much is remaining.
Okay, and, I mean, is there a formula? How much does a developer put into this fund? Is it based upon how many units he's putting up? And I mean, like the 40B up on Central, did they have to contribute to that fund?
They're going to be contributing to the fund if they don't build a walkway. And when we came up with that number, was sitting around the table, and Mr. Handel was present, and I think we consulted with the town engineer briefly too. We went out on a site where it's like, how much would it cost to construct a sidewalk from this location to that location? Not necessarily ADA standard, because
Right.
this is an off-site improvement for a 40B project. What can we get out of it? A little bit more here, a little more there.
Right.
And the figure $15,000 came up, so we capped it at $15,000 at agreed upon figure with the building inspector, town engineer, DPW, and the developers, engineers coming up with the plan. And if they don't do the off-site improvement, they put the money in to the sidewalk.
Okay, so yeah, I'd just like to know how much we have in the fund now, and what have we been spending it on, and where, and so forth. I mean,
I was always been amazed at how much it costs.
Oh, yeah,
for a
yeah.
sidewalk. It is
Yeah.
phenomenally expensive.
hot topping anything,
It's
without even just building the sidewalk itself.
Now, unfortunately,